Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dice Commando YouTube channel. I'm Andrew, with you here as always. This is the Commando Cast, a video cast about all things Star Wars Destiny. This video and others like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. Please show your support with a like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any new videos. If you want to get involved with the channel, consider becoming a channel member. There are many benefits to channel membership, including access to our Discord, exclusive deck tech and strategy videos, and the opportunity to help create channel content. I want to sincerely thank all our channel members, as I truly couldn't do this without your support. You guys rock. Go Commando.
Hello Star Wars Destiny folks, welcome back to Dice Commando and the Commando Cast. Today I am joined by Trey from Kingwood Hobbies. How's it going, my friend?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So today we are here to talk about a really cool and innovative product that Trey has brought to market called, I don't know exactly what they're called, but we'll let him tell us, but essentially they are precon decks for ARH cards. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight and why I'm very, very excited about this product. Hey folks, happy Friday. Thanks for tuning in again. So Trey, how's it going, man?
Doing well. How are you?
Things have been okay. So the reason I asked the reason I asked Trey to be on today's cast was earlier this week. He actually might have been Sunday. He announced on his webpage and of course the global Facebook page that he has precon decks available for ARH. Now, Trey, you've been doing the ARH kits for a while, like the full cell kits. So how did you come up with this idea?
So this is a combination of some things that I've already done. The first is, so I build, for those people who aren't familiar, I have an entry-level product for just random people who want to get started in Destiny using FFG cards. So I sell singles and I keep a certain number, 15 copies of every card in stock. But I have thousands more cards than just the 15 cards that I have in stock, including dice cards. And so I have, behind my head here is a bunch of 5,000 count boxes that I have just tens of thousands of extra Destiny cards. And so for a long time, as a way to help people get their friends or somebody that's found their way into the game, I've built these $10 decks that I have that I put online, which is way less than what the cards are worth, but I want to get people involved in the game. It's kind of like a gateway drug that I've been building, and I've got a couple of different ways that I do that. I have a list of characters that people can, if they know exactly who they want to play, they can say, "Oh, play with these," or I will every so often I'll put together a list of cards using just what's in that set, and then that's the newest Kingwood Hobbies $10 deck. And so I've done that for a long time, and they're pretty popular for getting people into the game. I've wanted to do that. I've thought about, ever since ARH started publishing cards, I've wanted to figure out how to get those cards involved in my pre-constructed decks, but it's just not worked. I haven't had the spare ARH cards. The backs are different, so I would have to give away the $10 decks come with sleeves, but they're pretty inexpensive sleeves. So I would have to, if I was going to do sleeves, I'd have to do much more expensive sleeves so that you couldn't tell the backs apart. So anyway, it just didn't really work. And so now that we're 3 sets in, we've gotten to a point with the ARH cards where, one, there's a big break point between FFG Destiny and ARH Destiny, and we're kind of on the dawn of the horizon of where it's going to be mostly ARH going forward, unless you're just a kitchen table player. So that, and there's just enough cards. So the FFG sets are 160 cards, 184 cards each. The ARH sets are about 100 cards each, which is not really enough to build decks out of. But once you get 3 of those sets together, that's 300 cards. You can start putting together decks exclusively out of those cards. So now that we're at this point, now that we're at this point of having enough cards and wanting to grow the ARH and get people to focus on the ARH side of things, it's just been it was just time. It's time for me to build some decks and figure them out and put them together and get them printed up and make it go.
Yeah. So I think this is awesome. I mean, I think this is awesome on so many levels. I mean, the first one is obviously, since it's ARH and it's essentially print on demand. You don't have to have, like you said, tens of thousands of cards. You can just kind of print the ones you need. And I assume this comes or I was looking at your pull down, I see the concierge option. So I assume the base deck comes with the cards and then the stickers and blank dice. Is that correct?
Correct. Like the set that you got where the stickers are in sheets separately. The base set comes with that, because stickering is pretty labor intensive, and so I'm happy to do it for people, but there's a value associated with that I can't just do at the base price, and I don't want to charge everybody for that service if somebody wants to save $10 on the deck and do it themselves. That seems much more fair to let the people who don't have the time but do have the money do it that way.
Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I think I'd rather put, the extra $10 into buying 2 beers that I can drink while I sticker or something like that, right?
There you go.
So I mean, there's that aspect of it. So I think it's a really good product. And then as far as, I don't think this is just I mean, obviously it serves as an entry-level product, but I don't think it has to be, right? Because, people who've been playing it for a while and they just want to pick up decks instead of having your kits laying around. Like I won a high stakes kit from you, and I got it and actually reviewed it. I'll put a link to it. The product is freaking phenomenal. Like, it's a gorgeous, awesomely well done product, but it's still a lot of stuff.
It's a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I put everything in there. Like if you get a new set from us, the set kit from us, it's everything that you could possibly use to build a deck out of from that set. So whether it's some card that says, oh, you can have 6 of these in your deck, well, you get 6 of them in there, and then if it has dice, you get 6 of the dice. So it's a lot of stuff, and the price reflects that. It is expensive. So one of the other things about these decks is there's for ARH up until now, there's been the free option of print it out on your home printer and it looks like crap and you slide it in a sleeve over a regular Destiny card or something like that, versus $180 or $300 if you don't want to do the stickering yourself for everything. And so we needed something in the middle, or at the low end, to get people a place where they could do this, where they could get into the ARH side of things without having to spend quite so much or have the quality suffer.
Yeah, I think this is perfect for that. I mean, you could buy one of these, and I assume, I mean, they're not going to fit in a normal deck box, but I assume they fit in, I don't know, in about a cube. So it's probably...
they come in a deck box. It comes with a deck box.
Oh, no, sorry. I meant like a normal TCG deck box, because there's going to be dice, right? Like, so it's going to be bigger, right?
No, it comes in a deck box that fits all the dice.
Yeah, sorry. Let me clarify. I'm just saying it's not, like a Magic deck box. It's going to be bigger than that, right? But it'll sit on your shelf.
It's a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger, but not by a lot. It's slightly bigger, because Magic is a 60 card deck.
Oh, that's true.
And so we get a 30 card deck, and then it's honestly it's kind of a cubicle solid, and I want to say it's like 60 millimeters deep, whereas a Magic deck, because that's 2 rows of dice and then a row of 30 cards. And then, so 60 millimeters is just over 2 inches deep to hold all this stuff. And then the size of a card, tall and wide. And so it's about like that. I designed all of this from scratch, and I did all the art for it.
Cool. Well, this is really exciting. So right now you have 5 decks available. We'll save that for last. Fallen Order, which I'm assuming is Cal Jarro or something like that.
Cal Kestis and Jarro T'Pol.
We have Jedi Hunters, which I assume is Inquisitors.
It is.
Which Inquisitors is it?
It is Grand Inquisitor and Second Sister.
Oh, nice. GI Second. Oh, and then with Inquisitorius.
With Inquisitorius, yes.
Yeah. And then Hoth Assault, which I assume is right up your alley, because I recall you designed Veers, right? I assume Veers is
Veers and Snowtrooper and Relentless Advance. So that was all me.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, the team put them together, but the roots of the ideas, I was on Red Villain, that set.
So do we get Blizzard in there? That's the question.
Yeah.
Blizzard there you go. Hoth, I love it. Hoth Assault. Rogue Squadron, is this Dak Wedge?
It's not Dak. It's Wedge and 2 Rebel pilots, and so it's just mono red.
Oh. Makes sense. And then Mando, I assume this is Mando Child?
Yep, Mando Child and Protect the Child.
Yeah, so very heavy theme there. The only one I can't figure out is Call of Booty, and I'm sure once you tell me I'm going to feel stupid, but...
It is, I'm looking at him right now. It is Ultimate Heist with Hondo and Double Pirate Loyalist.
Oh, booty, stealing, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's a pirate deck.
Nice, I like it. So they're all thematic. I'm assuming they play pretty well into each other. That Rogue Squadron pilot deck is good. I think the Inquisitor's deck's good too.
Yeah, they all play differently. So the Rogue Squadron deck plays. We played this here locally on our Wednesday nights here in Houston. The Rogue Squadron deck doesn't do a lot of damage in one shot, but it's really hard to kill because Hero Red has so much healing, and then with Wedge and shielding up, it has a lot of it. Whereas the Inquisitor deck is you're trying to use Second Sister to spend one of the Inquisitor dice and hit for like 5, 6, 7, 8 damage in individual shots, and so you're trying to just spike somebody down. So they all play very differently.
Mm-hmm. So is this something you're going? I mean, I would think you're going to expand this over time as more stuff comes out. What's your kind of like head rate? Do you think you'll do it like every set 1 or 2, or do you think every 3 sets you'll drop 5 or something?
It just depends on how this one is received. It's a little bit of a risk to drop all the money to get all this stuff printed and put all the work into it. And so I've got a limited print run for the first one. The good thing is that if these work and do really well, then I can just reorder and then they'll be here and plenty of them again. And if they're well received, then I'll do them more often. So just as I look around, the new set comes out. Oh, well, this deck is not represented in Wave 1 at all. So I plan on doing more in the future, but it'll be just dependent on how well these are received.
Okay, so that makes sense. I mean, that's true. I was thinking about it as print on demand, but you can't just you have to still have it. So
yeah, I have to have it on hand before they.
Sure.
I don't do the printing here. I don't do the printing of the cards here at Kingwood Hobbies. So I have to order out for those.
I see. I mean, that makes sense. So then, but I mean, it is nice you're not tracking down legendaries and stuff, right? Since everything's just print. So yeah.
And that's one of the things that's different from these decks from what you would have bought maybe with a starter from FFG. So FFG had different goals when they would put together a set list of cards in a deck. So they would famously not put enough cards in there. And so because they were always trying to get you to buy something more. They wanted you to buy a 20 card deck and then go buy a bunch of packs. And they wanted to give you a taste of 5 or 6 different cards, but they still wanted you to chase legendaries. I don't have any of that. All of this stuff is equally accessible to me as somebody that's making these cards and getting them printed. So I have room to build more of a competitive deck than just there are a couple of cards in here to kind of give you a flavor of what it is. So, but for the most part, these are not, they're not going to go win a tournament, but for a tabletop deck, like you're going to go sit at your kitchen table and play this and not go, why do I have these 7 garbage cards in here? Or why do I have only 1 of the good card in here? Mm-hmm. So I'm able to build stronger, more representative of what an actual Destiny deck is than someone that's trying to get you to go buy a bunch of packs to chase the second copy of whatever card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that makes sense. And I know that not right now you're probably a little hamstrung because there are still FFG cards that are legal, and you're using ARH only cards. But presumably in 6 or in 3 more releases, you could be printing meta decks, or I shouldn't say meta decks. You could be printing tournament winning decks because it'd be just ARH stuff, right?
Yeah, that could be another. Yeah, once we get to all ARH and it's all print, it's entirely possible. Whatever the 5.0 deck is, the GQ, I can just have that set up and people can order a copy of that deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a super cool idea, Trey.
Thank you.
Well done. I'm very impressed by this. It's funny. It seems like such a simple idea, but nobody had done it, and it's what we needed. No. This is a great product.
Yeah. Thank you. And just to clarify for everybody that's listening, again, like all ARH stuff, you don't have to buy any of this to play these cards. Mm-hmm. I have the if you go to decks.kingwoodhobbies.com where I have these, the deck lists are published there in an image, and you can go to ARH the website and download the cards and print and play on your own. Like you don't have to get these from me. They're just really nice copies of everything if you get it from me.
I think that's a really good point to bring up that I don't think I mentioned. That's a really fair point. That this is just a bonus, right? It's you doing it.
This is a bonus.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's why ultimately I think that's why I like it is the product, like I mentioned before, the product that you have, the full set is really, really nice, but it's expensive at least as a single purchase. It's expensive and it's a lot of stuff. And
especially for somebody just trying. Somebody
yeah,
that's,
exactly.
if you and I are buddies, and I'm like, hey, Star Wars Destiny, you should come play. There's when it was FFG, they were all right. I'm going to come play. What do I need to bring? You can bring about $30, and you can buy, and I'll buy the 2-player set or buy 4 or 5 packs or whatever it is. With ARH, that hasn't existed until these decks have come out.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So why don't you bring everybody up to speed, the price points and the options here, and then I think we'll just hit it and get out of here.
Let me pull it up real quick so that I have all the pricing correct. All right, so for the 6 decks, if you just want to go buy decks individually, those decks are $27.99 each, and that's going to get you a very nice high-end deck box with the 30 cards, all of the blank dice that you need, and then sheets of stickers, as well as the little tool that fits on top of your dice so that you to help you center everything. There are some of the other options that I have. I've got a thing called a starter pair, which you save about 10%, a little over 10%. So instead of, what would it be, like, I guess $56 to buy 2 decks, for a starter pair, you would get 2 random decks that are opposed to each other. So you get 1 hero and 1 villain if you just want to start somebody playing Destiny, and it'd be $50 instead of $56. One of the things that I have, not everybody that buys these decks is going to be a new player, but for the people that are new players, they're going to want something printed to help them get started in addition to the cards in the decks. And so I have a stash of the tokens that FFG released, as well as the printed rule inserts. I've got a big stash of those here, and I don't need to collect anything for them. I just want to get them in the hands of the people that need them. So that's, if you were ordering this, you would add that on, and it's like $1, and that gets you a full set of tokens and a sheet of the rules, printed rules. The last 2 things I have, you can buy a complete set of decks also at a discount. So if you want to pick up all 6 at once, it's $150 instead of whatever 6 times $27.99 is. So it saves a little over 10%, I believe. And then the last piece is, if you're one of those people that has money and not time, one of the things that I've grown up with in games is, when you're young, you have time and not money, and when you're to play the games, and when you're older, you have money and not the time to play the games. So if you're one of those people that has the money now but not the time to do all the work, I have a concierge service. So for you buy the deck for $27.99, for $10 extra, we take all the stickers, we put them on the dice, so when they show up, you don't have to worry about any of that. You just get it and go. And so you would order one of those for however many decks you order. You would order 1 set of concierge service.
That's actually pretty good. $10. That's actually not bad.
It's anywhere from 16 to 19 dice each, and so it's not a bad value for the amount of work that's involved. Peeling, centering, putting a sticker on, and then doing that 6 times to get 1 die is pretty tedious. And I've done a lot of them. Like, I've done thousands of dice because, I'm the guy that makes all the stuff, and I do the concierge sets for the large sets, and it's still tedious for me. And so there's definitely some value in there to not having to sticker your own dice.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was only, that's actually, that's pretty, so for $40 you just get a ready to play deck.
Yeah.
And so, just to put that in perspective to people, wasn't that the cost of the 2-player starter deck, which was the 2-player starter set, wasn't it? You could get it for like $7.99 on Amazon, but I think it was like $40.
It was somewhere in that range. It was above the $30 range. I don't remember exactly what the price was, but that's what they wanted to begin with.
Yeah, and let's be clear here, that was 2 not full decks. That was 2 half
decks. That was 2 20 card decks, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, this is awesome. So anyway, we don't need to chat much more unless you want to. But thanks for kind of coming on ad hoc. I basically pinged Trey a couple hours ago, and I was like, "Hey, dude, let's do this," and he made it happen. So thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Anything else you want to plug or get out there?
Not at the moment. I've kind of been eyeballs deep in this for a while. I've been actually, one thing I want to mention is that this comes with the new version of stickers. So the stickers that you got in your set, I've got a newer, more full art version of stickers that I do. I was challenged after my last release to be better than I had been before. And according to the people that have seen them, these are what I call my 3.0 stickers, are substantially better than even the ones that you opened in your set. And so a lot of that is me doing a lot of manual stuff myself to get the stickers right and do a better job. So the reason I don't have anything else to plug is because for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks or so, I have been many hours a day designing art and graphics and stickers and getting everything ready just for this release.
Yeah, well, I think you did. I think you did good. And actually, if you send me a couple of those, like you said, you did the deck box things. If you send me some of those, I can insert them into the video as we go through it. So, yeah. Anyway, I mean, I like nice and short today, but I wanted to make sure that people knew about it. In case they missed a Facebook post or whatnot. So, well done, and thank you. So, all right, nothing else, folks. Thanks for joining us. Go check out Kingwood. Pick up some of these decks if you're wanting to play, and go Commando.
Dex.kingwoodhobbies.com.
So say that again one more time.
Dex.kingwoodhobbies.com.
All right, there you go. Dex.kingwoodhobbies.com. Thank you, Trey, for joining us, and go Commando.
Happy to be here.